Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, November 16th at 10:20 a.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 682 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. If you've ever been ghosted, you've probably been submarined too. Man who allegedly killed daughter's boyfriend is no hero, grieving family says. An empty kayak was found in the Keys. Now the Coast Guard is looking for man with shark. Kristen Dunst says Spider-Man producer took her to the dentist to have her teeth fixed, but she refused. He's evil. Victim's family prepares for killer's execution. A prominent leader of the Proud Boys asked a judge to let him out of jail early, claiming the conditions are inhumane. NJ mom charged with killing kids will remain jailed. The facts are particularly horrific. Mentioneel, the most deadly tree in the world. I'm an American mom who lived in Prague for 2 years. Children in the U.S. have far less freedom than Czech children. U.S. to co-host 2024 T20 World Cup with West Indies. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. 2 Dukes players, including likely NBA lottery pick, face charges related to DWI, Raleigh News and Observer. Biden battles political headwinds as he hits the road to sell his agenda, Live, The Guardian. DC's indoor mask mandate to end Monday, WTOP. Secretary Pete careening toward a GOP buzzsaw over infrastructure cash, Politico. Target's early Black Friday deals, headphones, games, and more, The Verge. Revising China's history, to glorify Xi Jinping, The New York Times. Flu rips through University of Michigan, bringing CDC to campus to investigate spread, Yahoo News. Noah Syndergaard, Angels agree to 1-year, $21 million deal as right-hander leaves Mets, CBS Sports. Poland uses water cannons and tear gas as tensions rise at Belarus border, The New York Times. The Wheel of Time, first 3 episodes video review, IGN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Vanessa Bryant must provide therapy records in Kobe crash photos case. Hitchhiking Roadrunner somehow ends up in Maine. This new Taylor Swift song has a crucial message about mental health. 49ers player makes incredible buttception. Actor Miles Teller shuts down rumors he's anti-vax amid Taylor Swift video speculation. He knew he lost. Ex-White House staffer CNN interview infuriates Trump. Making room for holiday guests, these dining room sets are up to 63% off now. Heath Freeman, who played memorable serial killer on Bones, dies at 41. I'm black, my son is white, here's what we deal with when we leave the house. Jimmy Kimmel jabs anti-vax parents, Trump and Joe Rogan with kids book. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Ammo shortage continues as firearms season. Florida boy, 16, dies in police custody after chase. Cops urge public to come forward regarding murder. Students hailed as heroes. Parents call for removal of sex-themed books. Unvaxxed couple dies from COVID before wedding. Church kicks woman out in a viral TikTok video. Police, school district team up to spread holiday cheer. Church moves into building where it started in 1899. PD, 15 to 20 vehicles crash, icy conditions to blame. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. U.S. retail sales jumped in October in third straight month of gains. Some U.S. states set their own rules for booster shots. Revising China's history to glorify Xi Jinping. Poland uses water cannons and tear gas as tensions rise at Belarus border. Lekki toll gate shooting in Nigeria was a massacre, panel finds. The worst of both worlds, zooming from the office. How far-right extremism invaded mainstream politics. Jury in Kyle Rittenhouse trial must weigh complex legal questions. We finally have something to celebrate, the infrastructure bill is signed. What did the U.S.-China summit achieve? You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, November 16th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Boris Johnson unveils plan for crackdown on MP's second jobs. Boris Johnson's father Stanley is accused of smacking Tory MP Caroline Noakes on the bottom in 2003. University professor sparks fury after claiming sexual attraction to children isn't always immoral. Scorned woman helped deliver best friend's baby, not knowing her husband was the father. Anti-vax Russian MMA fighter stabs doctor to death with phone after bitter row over COVID jabs. Video, Maui woman films giant whale breaching the ocean surface. 3 high-tech 600,000 super homes in Cambridge with AI security and heating to be demolished. One of the Tory party's biggest donors, David Rowland, transferred $1.5 million to Prince Andrew. Founder of Jupe, apologizes after comments glorifying the abuse of models. Insulate Britain activist, 41, reveals he is terrified of going to jail. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. British police declare Liverpool taxi explosion a terrorist incident, but admit the motive remains unknown. Can the US and China work together? Don't look to climate change action for answers. Mexico arrests wife of Jalisco New Generation cartel leader. Gas explosion in Nigeria's Lagos kills 5, including a child. Britain's Prince Charles pays royal visit to Jordan. Turkey, man in custody sought for Haitian president's death. Polish forces use water cannons on Belarus border as migrants hurl stones. Thailand to reopen bay made famous by Leonardo DiCaprio film The Beach after 3-year closure. Xi Jinping's crackdown on everything is remaking Chinese society. They survive ISIS and war. Now a growing number of Syrian kids are forced to work to get by. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Biden battles political headwinds as he hits the road to sell his agenda, Live. Coronavirus hive, Ireland brings in midnight curfew, Cyprus offers boosters to all adults. Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi charged with election fraud and lawless actions. An egregious breach of public trust, Ohio sues Meta over whistleblower revelations. Proud Boys leader asks for early release over jail conditions. Germany set to tighten rules for unvaccinated as COVID cases rise. The Poland-Belarus border crisis is what happens when humans are treated as weapons. Anna Iasmi Valiantao. Wife of cartel leader El Mencho arrested in Mexico. We are not in the mood for campaigning. COVID threatens to derail independence vote in New Caledonia. Ahmaud Arbery killing, murder trial jury sees autopsy photos. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Russia rejects accusations of endangering International Space Station astronauts. U.S. journalist jailed in Myanmar for months heads home. Shotgun caused gaping hole in Arbery's chest, heavy bleeding. Pfizer agrees to let other companies make its COVID-19 pill. Man sought for Haitian president's death in Turkish custody. Florida woman dies after suing hospital to get ivermectin. UK police release 4 men held over Liverpool taxi bombing. Airbus, Jazeera Airways strike $3.3 billion aircraft deal. Woman bites off part of Louisiana officer's ear in bar fight. Majorities back maintaining Roe v. Wade, oppose states' clinic restrictions, poll. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Nord Stream 2, gas prices soar after setback for Russian pipeline. Armenian troops killed in Azerbaijan border clash. Mexico's most wanted, wife of cartel boss El Mencho hailed. Kampala blasts, suicide bombers target Ugandan capital. France clears Dunkirk migrant camp amid UK tensions. Aung San Suu Kyi charged with election fraud by Myanmar junta. COVID-19, Pfizer to allow developing nations to make its treatment pill. Russian anti-satellite missile test poses no threat, Moscow. Poland border crisis, scene of chaos as soldiers deploy water cannon. Poland border crisis, migrants tear gas trying to cross from Belarus. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Ahmaud Arbery was shot twice by shotgun, medical examiner testifies, jurors shown autopsy photos. Analysis, Joe Biden talks good start amid strains. Maryland mayor charged with 50 counts of revenge porn after allegedly posting nude photos. Rittenhouse case, Arbery death trial reflect deepening political and racial divides. Jury starts deliberations in Rittenhouse trial. AP top stories November 16th. Pike finds alchemy with cast in the Wheel of Time. Flu rips through University of Michigan, bringing CDC to campus to investigate spread. On this day, November 16, 2001. Juman Williams announces run for NY governor. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Search for armed prowler in Shadow Hills turns up empty. Is your household split between remote and in-person work? We want to hear from you. Born black and poor in Stockton, he was mayor by 26. Michael Tubbs' memoir tells the tale. Everything skyrocketing, record high California gas prices add to holiday sticker shock. UFOs, cannon fire and 184 mph winds, life gets weird atop this California volcano. Podcast, In-N-Out Burger enters the COVID-19 wars. Orange County hasn't had a Latino supervisor in more than a decade. Will redistricting change that? Husband and wife fugitives who helped run $18 million COVID relief fraud ring get years in prison. Homeless Orange County woman fought to sleep in the park and won, for now. Vanessa Bryant must turn over therapy records in Kobe crash case, judge rules. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, November 16th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Girl, 16, says she was raped by hundreds of men in Western India. Boris Johnson proposes ban on MPs working as paid consultants. COP26 hasn't solved the problem, scientists react to UN climate deal. A second person has been naturally cured of HIV without medical intervention, scientists say. Pfizer allows others to make its COVID pill, 53% of the world to benefit. Satellites discover huge amounts of undeclared methane emissions. The greenhouse gas, which is 80 times more potent than carbon dioxide, is leaking from gas pipelines, oil wells, fossil fuel processing plants and landfills all over the world. Armenia loses positions in deadly border clash. New Delhi air pollution is so bad, officials call for a lockdown. Over 1,000 people, mostly Tigrayans, detained in Ethiopia in week, UN. Pfizer will allow its COVID pill to be made and sold cheaply in poor countries. Biden tells Xi that US remains committed to one China policy. Canadian Blood Services to soon recommend end to ban on gay men donating blood. Poland turns water cannon on throwing migrants at border. House sparrow population in Europe drops by 247 The next headlines are from Forbes. RE Automotive unveils new F chassis, reports third quarter loss of $414.9 million. Here's why investors should take another look at China, according to this asset manager. Taylor Swift's scarf explained why everyone wants to know where it is, and if Jake Gyllenhaal has it. Tennis star Peng Shuai disappears after sexual abuse accusations against ex-Chinese official, and top stars begin speaking out. The Great Resignation, actually a mass retirement? San Antonio Spurs' Evan Vassell sophomore surge will warrant more playing time. Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot launches healthy version of mac and cheese, Goodlers. Restaurant M&A activity continues as Burger King parent adds Firehouse Subs in $1 billion deal. Childhood obesity rates soar in England during COVID-19 pandemic. Armenia and Azerbaijan see deadly violence at border again a year after war. The next headlines are from Nature.com. COP26 didn't solve everything, but researchers must stay engaged. Yes, science can weigh in on abortion law. From the archive. Stagnating salaries present hurdles to career satisfaction. High-speed spinning yields some of the toughest spider silk ever found. Reflections on a pioneer in electrical engineering. Link knowledge and action networks to tackle disasters. COP26, meet the scientists behind the crucial climate summit. President of Royal Society live long lives. Funders need to credit open science. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,745,540 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Rockmond Dunbar exits 9-1 over COVID vaccine mandate. Queen Sugar to end with season 7 at OWN. HBO acquires Tony Hawk documentary, executive produced by Duplass Brothers. Greg Silverman's Stampede, to launch kids and family animation company Happy Nest. Lizzie Kaplan to star in Fleischman is in Trouble series at FX on Hulu. French female filmmakers gained ground in 2020, says France's National Film Board. Variety's FicFest, documentary day lineup announced. Eternals tops UK box office, No Time to Die continues blockbuster business. Party Down revival ordered at stars with multiple original cast members returning. The Wheel of Time suffers from too much story, told too hurriedly, TV review. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. You're a relic, Harry, the first Harry Potter movie premiered exactly 20 years ago. Pfizer agrees to license generic versions of its COVID-19 pill, in some countries. Heavy rains bring flooding and mudslides to the Pacific Northwest and Canada. The jury has begun deliberations in the Kyle Rittenhouse homicide trial. Don't get dragged. Iditarod Musher shares tales from the trail. As U.S. spies look to the future, one target stands out, China. Colleges are turning to science to limit suicide contagion and help heal campuses. The pandemic economy's latest victim, the lowly shipping container. Why Boston will need to wait longer for its first elected black mayor. Biden and China Xi strike respectful tone in video chat amid tension. The following headlines are from the week. Biden expected to approve diplomatic boycott of Beijing Olympics. Republicans' divisions could be their midterm strength. Kevin McCarthy says he spoke with Paul Guzar about the now-deleted violent Twitter video. Actor Miles Teller assures Taylor Swift fans he's vaccinated after starring in her new music video. Biden administration reportedly eyeing booster expansion, following in several states' footsteps. Russia blasts satellite to smithereens, insists it didn't put astronauts in danger with space shrapnel. Film crew members narrowly approve the averting strike. California pump prices hit record high. Biden administration proposes Chaco Canyon drilling ban. Vanessa Bryant must turn over therapy records in Kobe Bryant crash photos lawsuit. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Texas Senate's most conservative Democrat is retiring. Beto wants to make Texas big again. The next headlines are from Universe Today. This was Chino's view on its 37th flight past Jupiter. Astronomy Jargon 101, Wolf-Rayet stars. Irresponsible Russian anti-satellite test creates orbital debris field, endangering the space station and crew. Astronomy Jargon 101, Electromagnetism. Our complete guide to November's almost total lunar eclipse. A black hole has been found lurking just outside the Milky Way. Astronomy Jargon 101, Weak Force. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, November 16th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Leonid meteor shower peaks morning of November 17th, in moonlight. Virtual reality can combat isolation on Earth and in space. Kessler syndrome in real life, International Space Station astronauts shelter from debris. The next news is from Politico. US and European face hard road to confront China's dirty steel. McCarthy, now's not the time to punish House Republicans who back infrastructure bill. COP26 President Alok Sharma to stay in post for another year. Trust deficit stalls vaccinations in Eastern Europe, driving new COVID surge. Secretary Pete careening toward a GOP buzzsaw over infrastructure cash. FBI left out of the loop in cyber attack reporting bill. New York Ethics Board revokes approval for Cuomo book deal. U.S. journalist jailed for months in Myanmar lands in New York. GOP Rep Curtis, extremist voices setting the tone for party on climate. Rep Jackie Spear retiring from Congress. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australia's hopes of World Cup qualification dashed by China draw. Help, nobody wants to put in for a coworker's farewell gift and card. Premier unwilling to accept $2.5 billion budget blow from scrapping Rail Corporation. Powerful pandemic laws lack independent oversight. NSW reveals Indigenous-specific funding for the first time. Rise in reports of sexual harassment in public service during lockdown. Algorithms at the auction, U.S. startups use tech to shake up house buying. Tax office going after debts again in Victoria, NSW and the Act. All women deserve luxury, not only the slim. Developers pounce as big CBD companies turn to city fringe offices. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Next Avenue, 6 myths about shingles, a virus that can strike at any age and at any time. Market Extra, what trades more in a day than most Dow stocks? It's a big junk bond ETF. The ratings game, Rackspace stock rallies after earnings mark a modestly positive step forward. Roblox stock rallies 10% as Investor Day kicks off. Americans are optimistic about their finances and plan to splurge this holiday season, survey finds. Newswatch, has the crypto winter arrived? Sell-off sends Bitcoin under $60,000, Ether sharply lower. Help me retire, I want to retire in 2 years, my wife and I have $3 million saved but we're worried about our son with special needs, what can we do? A mostly black Alabama county has no municipal sewer service. Can the 1964 Civil Rights Act be used for environmental justice? Keywords, Stephanie Ruhle clarifies inflation remarks, says there are 2 Americas, and one is struggling. Futures movers, oil prices slip as IEA forecasts growth in supplies. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Book Trips Bites, 4 great gift ideas for the holidays, Le Herald. Trademark protection in Singapore, 4 key things to know, intellectual property, Singapore, Mondac News alerts. Obituary, Albert Doberer-Enfried, Lewiston Sun Journal, Lewiston Sun Journal. Public sector must better support industry's commercialization of intellectual property, The Hill Times. Supreme Court declines to weigh in on notice required to trigger statute of limitations for trade secret misappropriation claims, Lexology. Acacia Research Corp management's discussion and analysis of financial condition and results of operation, Form 10-Q, MarketScreener.com. The Global Architect Institute, the world's first institute dedicated to spreading the word about simulation theory, iNews. Irreverent and innovative winemaking, WinIndustriAdvisor.com. Freightwaves Classics Pioneers, Elmer Sperry's inventions contributed to all modes of transportation, Freightwaves. Engineering Dean inducted into National Academy of Inventors, Ole Miss News. The next headlines are from Quartz. Micromobility companies wanted to change the world, did they succeed? The U.S. wealthiest 1% are pulling further away from the bottom 90%. How do you resolve conflict in the hybrid workplace? India's startup ecosystem doesn't need China. Nigeria is punishing loan apps that abuse user data. Is the Paris Climate Agreement legally binding? Biden signs $1 trillion infrastructure deal. The infrastructure bill will put teenage truckers on U.S. roads. COVID-19 is more deadly in patients with diabetes in Africa. Why Hollywood's streaming strategy is killing its releases in China. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Facebook whistleblower testifies before Grand Committee on Disinformation, which includes countries that lock people up for criticizing the govt. Report, U.S. internet service providers aren't transparent about prices and speeds, and regulators generally don't care. Digital democracies, how liberal governments can adapt in the technological age. Updated, Myanmar's military junta sentences American journalist to 11 years in prison. Does copyright give companies the right to search your home and computer? Lawsuit claims a Zoom call was unlawful imprisonment. Brazil's fake news legislation moves forward, gets slightly better and way worse. Daily Deal, Treblab FX100 Extreme Bluetooth speaker and Treblab X5 True Wireless Earbuds bundle. Hey North Face, our story about you flipping out over Hey F-word face is not trademark infringement. Hacker tricked Robinhood support into revealing data of 5 million users. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Billy Epler. Paulo Banchero. Noah Syndergaard. Naruto Fortnite. Julius Jones. Nick Cordero. Rams. Cowboy Bebop. Steve Bannon. Kyle Rittenhouse. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. More states sue Biden's White House over COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Diabetes could be predicted 20 years before it starts. Armenia and Azerbaijan speak to Russia amid escalation. Record numbers waiting for vital heart scans, report. France spending millions to stop teen prostitution. Germany may earn billions on cannabis, study. Husband of Kenyan running star pleads not guilty to her murder. France tears to down major migrant camp. Russia comments on risks of space missile tests. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Everything's down 100 as of major websites offline. CTAs are now 100% short U.S. Treasuries, Nomura warns of gamma unclench into this week's OPEX. Pentagon says it has authority to require Oklahoma National Guard to follow vaccine mandate. Dear Joe, banning U.S. crude exports would likely raise gasoline prices, not lower them, IHS Markit. Belarus, Russia charged Poland with escalating border crisis for firing water cannons at migrants. That guy was nuts, autonomous trucks must account for dangerous drivers. Biden too soon announced diplomatic boycott of Beijing Winter Olympics, WAPO. Senators seek to amend Bitcoin reporting changes in infrastructure bill. Turkey on verge of currency collapse as lira implodes, crashes 4% in minutes. Netherlands scrambles to abolish dividend tax after Shell says it's moving its tax base to the UK. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Manchester City's Mendy charged with 2 more counts of rape. Despite higher prices, U.S. consumers keep spending up a storm. Can the African Union solve Ethiopia's year-long conflict? It's scary, Azim Rafiq says English cricket rife with racism. Bitcoin, Ether dip in broad retreat from recent record highs. At least 11 killed as car troops clash with rebels. Europe court orders Georgia to ensure safety of Saakashvili. Frida Kahlo self-portrait poised to smash auction record. At least 3 killed as explosions rock Uganda's capital. Turkey offers to support talks to resolve Lebanon GCC crisis. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Watch, water cannon deployed as stone-hurling migrants rush Polish border, officers injured. NRCC poll, Joe Biden's approval drowning in key swing districts. Watch, DHS Alejandro Mayorkas faces Senate grilling. Ron Johnson, Biden emanating weakness with China. PolitiFact refuses to correct claim that Rittenhouse illegally possessed gun after judge dismisses charge. Report, PGA Tour fires pregnant reporter after denying her religious vax exemption request. Pfizer announces licensing agreement for its potential coronavirus antiviral pill. Watch, Kyle Rittenhouse chooses alternate jurors as deliberations begin. Cleveland Guardians settle lawsuit with local roller derby team over rights to name. Boris Johnson refuses to rule out Christmas lockdown amid storm of infection in Europe. The next headlines are from UPI News. Missouri man wins big after using same lottery numbers for 5 years. Watch, 7-foot snake stows away on couple's boat in the Florida Keys. Penguin found 1,800 miles from home on New Zealand beach. Watch, mysterious metal box washes up on Florida beach. Watch, collection of more than 70,000 Darth Vader items moves to Texas. New Zealand woman held hostage by opossum. Watch, Idaho man makes 2,919 consecutive catches while juggling axes. Kitten rescued from vehicle's engine compartment in South Carolina. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. How an oyster can form a perfectly symmetrical pearl better than we can with all our technology. World's most premature baby defies sub 1% survival odds to break record. 13-year-old boy granted a Make-A-Wish and uses it to feed the homeless every month for a year. Incredible cave paintings 8 miles long revealed deep in Amazon forest, the Sistine Chapel of Ancients. Bride surprises blind groom by wearing a special tactile wedding dress. My mind was blown. Camping in churches, travelers can rent ancient unused churches in UK to help pay for their upkeep. See incredible transformation of paralyzed mice given nanofibers in 4-week study breakthrough. Woman falls down mountain, writes hilarious review for leggings giving them 5 stars. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, November 16th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Cambridge Mayor Andrew Bradshaw charged with distributing revenge porn on Reddit. China left in shock following brutal killing of corgi during COVID-19 disinfection. Trigger alert device for classrooms and parties sounds an alarm when it detects offensive language. A man hospitalized with mysterious seizures was diagnosed with tapeworms that had been living in his brain for decades. When Emmanuel Macron changed color of French flag, but no one noticed. Teen accidentally invited to stranger Thanksgiving continues tradition. High school removes bathroom doors due to safety concerns. Underdog no more, a deaf football team takes California by storm. It's a free country, man threatens SA agent's life, throws checkpoint stanchion, strips naked and masturbates, charges state. Beanie Babies are lifted from Chinese factories to O'Hare to circumvent shipping backlogs in time for the holidays. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Welcome to WASP-76b, the exoplanet with metal rain and 2,400 C temperatures. How immersive VR could help you ditch your sex therapist. 3 reasons why people are freaking out about Russia's space missile test. Stop offering your loyal customers discounts, start offering crypto rewards. The next big mobility innovation is solar electric cars. These 2 startups are leading the charge. In praise of their sustainability critics. What you'll get from Twitter's new API access. Should I rant about climate change while also being a frequent flyer? Why more and more founders are moving to Manchester. 7 startup growth lessons I should have learned from other people's mistakes. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Immune cells against COVID-19 stay high in number 6 months after vaccination, study shows. Air pollution decrease in India during COVID-19 lockdown not as high as originally thought. Microtissue system allows study of deadly lung disease. Alluring larvae, competition to attract fish drives species diversity among freshwater mussels. A nanoantenna for long-distance, ultra-secure communication. A new approach to identify mammals good at learning sounds. Malaria parasite genomes provide insights and tools for control and elimination in Lake Victoria, Kenya. Market forces halved methane emissions from Uinta Basin oil and gas wells, but that's not the whole story. Solar energy with an ironclad future. Astronomers team up to create new method to understand galaxy evolution. The next headlines are from Information Week. Gauging cybersecurity resiliency and why it matters. What is Customer Identity and Access Management, CIAM? ACIO's introduction to the metaverse. Data center TCO factors you cannot afford to overlook. 3 components CIOs need to create an ethical AI framework. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, November 16th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA Administrator hosts Crew 1 astronauts, exhibit on Capitol Hill. NASA TV to air DART pre-launch activities, launch. NASA to roll out Megamoon rocket for first time, media invited. NASA receives 11th consecutive clean financial audit opinion. STEM-a-thon event headlines American Education Week for NASA. NASA Administrator statement on Russian assad test. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Ballet alumni demand change in authoritarian environment at the University of Utah School of Dance. The 6 biggest money secrets most rich people won't tell you. See the trailer for Shots Fired, a documentary from the Salt Lake Tribune and Frontline. This is when Utah ski and snowboard resorts expect to open. Spoiler, not this weekend. Shots Fired, a film about police shootings in Utah, to air November 23rd. Drawing on experience, Britton Covey knows Utah, Oregon is not just another game. Addressing climate change through art, Utah project featured at UN Climate Conference. Live performers find rules in red states like Utah a tough act to follow. For faster winter trips to Cottonwood Canyons, drivers have new ways to get tire inspection stickers. Richest Utah native vows to give away 90% of his billions. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Scores of internet services including Google, Instagram, Oz, Twitter, Spotify, Discord, Shopify, TikTok are facing outage, users say. Cloudflare blocked a massive 2 Tbps DDoS attack. Qualcomm's next-gen CPU for PCs will take on Apple's M-series chips in 2023. Mysterious object glimpsed decades ago might have actually been Planet 9. Firefox Relay offers unlimited email aliases as part of its new premium plan. Nvidia's ARM deal faces UK national security probe. Google formed Fortnite task force in response to Epic's moves. Emmet.net returns after law enforcement mass uninstall operation. If Apple keeps letting its software slip, the next big thing won't matter. The U.S. finally adopts a national recycling strategy. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. The new heart of America is in this Missouri city. Woman admits she led to police searching for Belleville missing man. Missouri's first black bear hunting season deemed a success by state conservation officials. Carlson finishes third in National League Rookie of the Year vote. Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial, jury begins deliberations. Here's how close Missouri and Illinois are to being vaccinated against COVID-19. Budweiser unveils its holiday can and launches 2022 Pop Weezer search. Sloth heads to Memphis for unbeaten showdown. Dozens of arrests in area car break-ins, police increase manpower for issue. Fox 2 gets exclusive look at cargo shipping at St. Louis Airport. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Amazon settles California COVID workers notification dispute. Gabby Petito's parents join WFLA now to talk about worldwide support, foundation in daughter's honor. Blood supply critically low ahead of Holiday Bowl blood and food drive. Photos, videos show fog blanketing areas of San Diego County. Biden's $1 trillion infrastructure bill could bring new jobs to San Diego. Local officials keep eye on new COVID-19 Delta Plus subvariant. Pedestrian in wheelchair killed by Amtrak train. Police union leader worried for SDPD as vaccine mandate deadline nears. Couple pleads not guilty to murder in daughter's death. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Turkey intensifies military cooperation with Ukraine. Russia tests its satellite killer weapon. UAE orders more European multi-role tanker aircraft. French defense giant launches new 3D long-range air surveillance radar. Israeli-made suicide drone 2 blows up Russian T-90 tank. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Taiwan's education soft power push. COP26 agrees on phase down of coal after last-minute deal between US, China, EU, and India. Next China 2021. WTA calls for China to investigate Peng allegation. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, November 16, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. 72% plan to celebrate holidays with just their household. Poll. McDonald's offering Egg McMuffin at throwback price for one morning only. Advocates worry online misogyny will keep women out of office. That was fast. Reese's giant 3-pound peanut butter cup Thanksgiving pie now sold out. Rep. Jackie Spear will not run for re-election. Time for meat to come home. Maryland mayor charged with posting revenge porn on Reddit. Bay Area Sutter Health Clinic gives 14 kids wrong COVID vaccine dose. Here's how close your state is to being vaccinated against COVID-19. Woman who won freedom from life sentence in 2011 dies of COVID-19. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Injured U.S. forward Hoppy out for at least 6 more weeks. Controversial Chicago Police Union president retires as cop. Judge vets potential jurors for Ghislaine Maxwell trial. COVID-19 update, 1,627 hospitalized, 20 more deaths, 3,005 new cases. McHenry man accused of stealing more than $40,000 from firefighter association. Images and gender identity book at heart of debate in Downers Grove High Schools. Jury begins deliberations at Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial. New owner of Palatine Strip Mall plans facade, sewer improvements. Man charged in Wheeling murder case waives extradition, returning to Illinois. Better, the Mix posts opening for Eric Ferguson's old job. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle DIY School for Adults teaches crafts and confidence. Ballots for the Kshamasa and recall election begin mailing this week. Here's what voters should know. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, November 16th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. What stands between the Taliban and recognition? The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Freed U.S. journalist Danny Fenster said it feels incredible as he arrived in NYC. 3 cool fronts expected to move in over next 10 days. Homeless man armed with machete injured while trying to stop Channelview robbery, deputies say. Car of 44-year-old found shot to death outside his Northeast Houston home is missing, HPD says. Chicago couple, unvaccinated and together for years, die from COVID weeks before wedding. Good Samaritan stabbed multiple times as he tries to stop Channelview robbery. Katy ISD parents want book audit to district's libraries after claiming they found porn. 2021 AMA's performers, BTS to take stage with Megan Thee Stallion for Butter performance. It's unacceptable, several California children sick after receiving wrong dose of COVID vaccine. Pfizer to allow broader global access to its experimental COVID-19 antiviral pill. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Report implicates Belarus in anti-NATO cyber campaign. Defying inflation, Americans ramped up spending last month. Column, Thompson's year marked by no wins, painful losses. South Carolina injured freshman Johnson out for the season. NC Governor Cooper says he'll sign 2-year budget bill into law. Rep Spear, survivor of 1978 Jonestown ambush, to retire. Michelle Wu sworn in as Boston's first woman elected mayor. UK government vows to toughen rules for lawmakers after ethics row. Ping pong ball bounds could determine vaccine mandate's fate. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. NYC has regained 3/4 of residents who fled during COVID, data suggests. New York City schools to offer second vaccine doses for ages 5-11. New Year's Eve in Times Square will return, but you'll need to wear a mask and be vaccinated. Early edition, going to the office just to Zoom all day is not fun. Juman Williams talks about Tourette's syndrome in video launching gubernatorial bid. Manhattan mini storage sold to Missouri-based storage company for reported $3 billion. Extra, Britney Spears' Fank gets the weird profile of his dreams. City Hall's Thomas Jefferson statue will be relocated to New York Historical Society. De Blasio he's still deciding on middle and high school admissions changes. Photos, New York City's autumnal glow peak this weekend. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. The Squid Game, the story about losers in the shadow of glory. Politicians subsidize fossil fuel with $6 trillion in just 1 year. Push for civil registration set to hit key milestone in Asian and Pacific countries. Ethiopia, mass arbitrary arrests target Tigrayans, says UN Rights Office. How effective communication can help boost intra-African trade. WTO finished without TRIPS waiver. COVID-19, licensing agreement for new candidate drug an important first step. What governments should learn from the climate activists. Tobacco use continues to fall. Central African children in crosshairs, UN calls for their protection. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. I got over 1,000 soldiers ready to go, locked and loaded, black militant threatens anti-CRT parents at Texas school board meeting. Mexico's World Bank-funded mandatory biometric database raises serious ethical and legal questions. Syria's Mile Eye, U.S. massacred 70 civilians and covered it up. Media blitz, surge in heart disease due to climate change, broken heart syndrome, pandemic anxiety. How the U.S. hit an airstrike that killed dozens of civilians in Syria. U.S. cover-up of Syria massacre shows the danger of the Assange precedent. Revealed, documents show Bill Gates has given $319 million to media outlets. Hundreds of toxic chemicals are coursing through our tap water, new report says. CDC admits crushing rights of naturally immune without proof they transmit the virus. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. No, Ben & Jerry's did not honor Rittenhouse shooting victim with new flavor. Is Joshua Laddy the tallest man in the world at 9 feet 8? Yes, photo shows an astronaut giving himself a flu shot in space. Film crew union narrowly approves contract with producers. Atmospheric river whips northwest, 1 missing, roads closed. 6 teens injured in drive-by shooting near Denver area school. Prosecutor, Rittenhouse provoked the bloodshed in Kenosha. Was a missing submarine with 80 sailors found? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Mom called her 5-year-old son the next Ted Bundy before he vanished. The View confronts unvaxxed former Fox News host. Innocent man killed during vigilante search for abducted 1-year-old, police say. Hey ho, Boris Johnson's dad brushes off claim he smacked lawmakers' backside. Trump superfan hosts Miss Holocaust survivor beauty pageant. Prince Andrew's hot new mess, a $2 wire transfer and an unsecured loan from his private banker pal. What the winter COVID surge has in store for us. How Mike Mills turned Joaquin Phoenix into the uncle that's going to make everyone cry. Mercer throws Steve Bannon under the bus in election probe. Sonoma sheriff calls out progressive reformer for racist attack, but activists are suspicious. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Pee Wee Herman's comeback, Paul Rubin's viral campaign lands him gig. Amy Schumer brings 50 of her closest pals to see David Byrne. Graham grills Mayorkas on border, Afghanistan at Senate hearing. CBP reports 164K illegal migrant stops in October, more than double from 2020. Try these simple hacks to make your iPhone feel like brand new. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Sketching the sun with AI. Near-Earth asteroids could supply future meteor showers. Snapshot Hubble spots a mysterious superbubble. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. International Space Station astronauts scramble to safety after Russian weapons test. COVID-19 cases surge in parts of northern and western U.S. as colder weather arrives. 20 states report rise in COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations. Boosters for all, a look at some of the latest COVID-19 developments. Ancient stone etchings under threat in Utah, Arizona. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. NASA astronaut told to hide in Russian spacecraft as International Space Station firing concerning threat. Experts report that about 82 alien species are in touch with Earth. Video. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Annual shooting contest canceled in Florida town as turkey prices surge. Chris Christie balks at backing Trump if ex-president wins GOP nomination in 2024. NYC New Year's Eve revelers must be fully vaccinated to attend amazing Times Square bash, de Blasio. Actor Heath Freeman, who played serial killer on Bones, dead at 41. U.S. journalist Danny Fenster arrives in New York after being freed from Myanmar imprisonment. Chris Daughtry's stepdaughter's death not yet ruled a homicide, says Da. Juman Williams officially jumps into NY governor race. Pfizer agrees to let other companies produce its antiviral COVID-19 pill, making it available in low-income countries. Astro World Medic Company treated 11 cardiac arrests during deadly Travis Scott show, CEO. Dan Goldman, lead counsel in Trump impeachment, to run for New York Attorney General. The following headlines are from military.com. Envoy, U.S. ready to confront attempts to tear Bosnia apart. U.S. Air Force employee handed over couple's purchase records, leading to $300,000 tax bill from Germans. 80 years later, World War II U.S. veterans recall Flying Tiger missions in China. China hails Xi and Biden talks, after year of growing strain. Navy officer guilty of hiding ties to Chinese businessman. Pentagon says it can overrule Oklahoma guard on vaccinations. U.S. troops ID'd family members trapped in Afghanistan, but none qualified for evacuation. New working uniforms coming for coasties later next year. U.S. accuses Iran of unsafe helo maneuver near U.S. Navy ship. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Kyle Rittenhouse defense team seeks mistrial, claiming prosecutorial misconduct. Illinois Board of Elections dismisses campaign finance complaint against Auditor General Frank Martino. Embattled president of Chicago Police Union officially leaves department, with union position unchanged. Arlington Heights man charged with attempted murder after stabbing CTA employee, assaulting police officer with blunt object. Daywatch, Chicago Police Union chief says he will leave department. Polarized nation awaits Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. How good are the Chicago Bulls? Kyle Rittenhouse case goes to jury in Kenosha as polarized nation awaits verdict. Kyle Rittenhouse case, the shooting, the arrest and the fallout as his trial winds down in Kenosha. A low-income Michigan city has a drinking water crisis. Sound familiar? 2 security guards for armor truck company shot, 1 killed in West Chatham while adding cash to ATM. Column, Rittenhouse closing arguments highlight America's ugly divide. Will the verdict even matter? The following headlines are from phys.org. New research illuminates the properties of protein RNA droplets. Rice varieties with a high endosperm lipid content reduce starch digestibility and increase georesinol bioaccessibility. Synthetic biology yields easy-to-use underwater adhesives. Janitorial culture of abuse documented by Worker Institute. A benefiting molecular belt for making new drugs. Is watching believing? In spreading politics, videos may not be much more persuasive than their text-based counterparts. A first in fossil research, seed sprouting from an ember-encased pine cone. Killing bacteria with nanoparticles. Rare Sierra Nevada red foxes survive massive Dixie fire that burned habitat. The longest lunar eclipse in centuries will happen this week, NASA says. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, November 16th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The lingering mystery behind the lost Roanoke colony. What can your farts tell you about your health? Learning from the world's worst diseases. 6 brain-boosting foods you should have on your plate. Exploring the science of cleft lip and palate. CBD gummies reviews, everything you need to know. Almost 20 million years ago, sharks nearly went extinct, nobody knows why. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Ex-St. Louis officer to seek 26-month sentence in beating. Casualties reported in clashes on Armenia-Azerbaijan border. Leahy gives emotional speech in Senate on retirement plans. U.S. Catholic bishops to debate communion, core of worship and spark of political fight. Mercedes wants to review Hamilton Verstappen overtake move. D.C. to drop most indoor mask requirements next week. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Pinstripes bocce, bowling and Italian bistro coming to Walnut Creek. We're aware of the matter involving the mayor. He's accused of posting revenge porn on Reddit. The Jets' defense is in absolute shambles. Ravens film study, how the Dolphins cover zero heavy defense wrecked Baltimore's attack. The Arlington Heights Bears, here's what to know about the possible move from Soldier Field, and what it means for fans, Chicago and the suburbs. Kelly, Dolphins defense seems to be finding its footing again commentary. Mike White throws 4 picks, gets cooked by Bills' tough defense. Giants optimistic about Saquon Barkley's return after RB practices, Andrew Thomas stays on sidelines. Mike Preston's mid-season report card, position-by-position grades for Ravens 6-3 start commentary. NFC North Week 10 Roundup, Green Bay Packers shut out Seattle Seahawks in Aaron Rodgers' return, while winless Detroit Lions avoid a 13th straight loss. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Breakthrough infections complicate COVID-19 response, disrupt workforce. Senator Dick Durbin demands ouster of federal prison director. Manchin doubts Biden's claim that more spending will curb inflation, have to check on that one. Times Square is back open on New Year's Eve, with vax proof. Alejandro Mayorkas, DHS chief, I give myself an A for effort. Senator Steve Daines, curb high energy costs with more oil, gas production on Fed lands. Rep. Jackie Spear of California, survivor of 1978 Jonestown assault, to retire. Russia's Lavrov rejects U.S. complaints on satellite strike. China soars past U.S. in total wealth since joining WTO, study finds. The next headlines are from The Intercept. It's not just white people, Democrats are losing the normal voters of all races. British wife of American ISIS fighter Russell Dennison dodges questions about union. Bernie Sanders could snuff out a potential primary contest to replace Patrick Leahy. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, November 16, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Spotify users reporting outages and errors on popular music app. COVID-19 brings out resilience and valor. Facing firing, Chicago's controversial police union boss formally retires from CPD. Lightfoot appoints Andrea Kirsten as permanent COPA chief, defying 20 city council members who wanted her disqualified. Pritzker signs electric vehicle legislation, aims to make Illinois a leader in clean transportation revolution. Persons of interest arrested in South Chicago double homicide following SWAT standoff. Columbia College alum jailed for months in Myanmar land in New York. Teen charged with murder in Schaumburg stabbing, a month after prosecutors initially denied charges. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Rs 200 crore black income detected after raids in Pune. This is how you know it's bad. Biden-Harris joint appearance fails to quash reports of discord. Navy wants to become 170 warship force in 10 years. China goes toe-to-toe against U.S. in talks. Mahmoud ought to be in Delhi before winter session, likely to meet PM. Film fraternity, state government mark Puneeth Namana in honor of late actor. What Tesla has ordered from a Noida-based startup. Pfizer to allow other companies to make its COVID pill. How ISRO prevented Chandrayaan-2 collision with NASA's LRO. Times when reality show hosts judges got mired in controversies. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, November 16, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Things to do, Jackie Venson at Rockefeller's Houston. Texans try to salvage 2021 season in second half. Things to do, Evanescence and Hailstorm, 713 Music Hall, November 21, 2021. Preview, Daniel's Law set by U Music Center. Beto O'Rourke announces for Texas governor race. The best and worst of the Houston Texans in 2021, so far. Things to do, see Incomparable Impressionism at the Museum of Fine Arts Houston. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. Immortal Axes showcases guitars to die for. The next headlines are about world records making news. Rodick charged with murder of 10 kilometers world record holder Tirap, pleads not guilty, inside epicgames.peace. Branson illusionist to attempt world record buried alive escape, Branson Trilates news. World record bid for rugby crowd at Eden Park, newsroom. Largest backhoe dredger, Magner sets world record Academy. San Diego Supercomputer Center and Fungible achieve record-breaking storage performance, Business Wire. Bro bags Guinness World Record for constructing highest motorable road in Ladakh, the Kashmir Wala. Artist attempting to smash Guinness World Record after mental health battle, Stufco NZ. Ludhiana's Gurpreet Singh lifts heavyweight with his teeth to attempt world record 5 Dariya news. Orchestra seeks Guinness World Record for largest orchestra, WZOW.com. 105-year-old sets world record in age bracket for 100-meter dash, The Onion. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. A 1980s space telescope may have seen Planet 9. Terry Pratchett's Discworld novels are getting new, star-studded audiobooks. The gateway to Rocky Mountain National Park is on fire, in November. A huge flu outbreak in Michigan may be a sign of things to come this winter. The Wheel of Time TV series is better, worse, and different than the books. The Expanse's new Season 6 trailer sends the Rocinante on one last thrilling mission. Netflix's live-action Last Airbender series finally casts Uncle Iroh. NASA condemns Russia's reckless and dangerous anti-satellite test. La Palma volcano claims first victim, 2 months after eruption began. Jeff Bezos, future humans will visit the Earth the way you visit Yellowstone. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mariatal in Namibia at 115.88 degrees Fahrenheit or 46.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Dome in Antarctica at minus 60.16 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 51.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Angry Texan who lost $1.2 million Theranos investment lights up Holmes trial. $219 mini PC is the best, cheapest way for devs to try Windows on ARM. The solar system is at war in trailer for final season of The Expanse. Logitech G303 gaming mouse gets a lighter, wireless second life. New World disables wealth transfers as item dupes ruin in-game economy. UK announces national security probe of Nvidia's $54 billion ARM deal. Russia acknowledges anti-satellite test, but says it's no big deal. New secret spilling hole in Intel CPU sends company patching, again. Valve provides a deep dive into Steam Deck's custom hardware design. Small city mayor arrested in big revenge porn case, faces 50 criminal charges. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Busted, Michigan GOP official pushing pro-Trump party purge once hosted podcast with white supremacist. Bolsonaro government accused of censoring Brazil school exam. Kristen Stewart developing gay ghost hunting reality TV show, a paranormal romp in a queer space. Ethics Commission revokes decision to allow Andrew Cuomo's book deal, report. This is not over. Report details how Mike Flynn tried to bully a Pentagon loyalist into helping Trump overturn the election. Bannon shady 2016 dealings still under investigation, but his billionaire backers may have already abandoned him. He doesn't know Trump the way I do. Christie fires back at Adam Kinzinger for pointing out early support of ex-president. Trump voter fraud hotline did nothing but produce traumatized young Trump campaign workers, new book. Trump could face 3 years in prison for political coercion in office, watchdogs. Ben Shapiro does the tomahawk chop while speaking at sold-out Florida State event. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The UN Climate Summit is over, and nobody's happy. President Joe Biden just signed the infrastructure bill into law. Beto for governor is a moonshot, but his party would be even worse off without him. Alex Jones loses fourth Sandy Hook defamation case. Steve Bannon just surrendered to the FBI. It's not the other America, it's just America. Biden administration plans massive auction of oil and gas leases. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. McDonnell Center lecture on sampling the solar system, the source, Washington University and St. Louis newsroom. World next door, looking for habitable planets at Alpha Centauri, news, the University of Sydney. Antarctic bacteria live on air and make their own water using hydrogen as fuel, the conversation O. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Taming storm, neuromune interactions and brain plasticity, Mirage News. Walgreens of weed, how pot laws CD Star created Florida's cannabis oligopoly, Miami New Times. Observation of others' actions during limb immobilization prevents the subsequent decay of motor performance, pnas.org. Blackhawk Growth's Mind Biotherapeutics advances microdosing clinical trial to 59 patients, the Newswire Ca. Gastrointestinal disease treatments potentially improved by new discovery, genetic engineering and biotechnology news. Drifting assemblies for persistent memory, neuron transitions and unsupervised compensation, pnas.org. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Research suggests some trees have potential for immortality, Nevada Today. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, November 16, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Donut UFO photographed over Switzerland. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, November 16, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.